waistbands. So here it is. Okay, now on your print off, I have a big picture of a collar at the bottom. Okay, and what it is we're going to be trimming off the interfacing. Trimming off the interfacing beyond the seam allowance. So we have this 1/4 seam allowance, like that. We're gonna, inside of the seam allowance, we want to come in 1/4 and cut this off like that. Okay, 1/4 seam allowance. And so I kind of have it kind of full size on your okay, so that we're gonna eliminate some of the bulk of the interfacing. Okay, so only on the interfacing. I had somebody cut the collar. Can't believe it. Okay, and I really know that person really didn't know what they were doing. Okay, so here now we eliminated all of that, all of this stuff in the point. Okay, so reduce bulk. Okay. All right, now before we do that, we want to put on collar stays. Okay, we're gonna get a little fancy here. Oops, I bet I lost it. Oh, here it is. I have a package of collar stays in here. Another thing I picked up and I cleaned out somebody's warehouse. Okay, so if you want to help yourself to a few of them for making more shirts, help yourself. But these work pretty good. Okay, we call it poor man's collar stays. Sometimes you buy a nice dress shirt and there's a pocket underneath the collar and you slide in a piece of aluminum, you know, like an aluminum or plastic piece to make the collar stiffer, so it doesn't curl up like this, make it like ears. That's what you want to prevent. Okay, this one here, I don't think we need even, they made it like this, and sometimes you can sew it double, whatever, but I'm thinking we can just use half of it on each side, so we just cut down the middle. Because that, for this kind of fabric, you know, we just want a little stiffness, but we just don't want to change the whole characteristics. Okay. Alrighty. And then, this is the collar, and you can tell, first of all, this is the top of the collar, side of the collar. This is the neck. The neck side has notches because it's going to be sewn into the neckline, or you know. So what you want to do is the side of the collar and the top of the collar, fold those two edges together like this to form an angle, like that. And then we're going to get one of the collar stays. Oops, here, collar stays. My nails are getting too long. Come on, okay, here we go. And place the collar stay 1/4 of an inch below that cut. Okay, now don't go pushing it really close because you just don't want this stuff to be in your point. So about 1/4 of an inch below the tip that you cut off, we're gonna set the collar stay on that crease line. Okay, so change your stitch length to 4 millimeter because we don't want to use very tiny stitches on this, and be really careful because this stuff is thick and you could break your needle. Okay. And so you'll probably be using 11 needle if your fabric is you know, on the lightweight side, or 14 if it's a little heavier. Okay, so set your collar stay 1/4 of an inch from that cut edge. All right, let me just make a back tack on this first and then slide it under. Okay, all right. Now for the baby collars, you know, if this runs too close, you should be at least, you know, about 1/2 an inch away from your seam allowance at the neck. So for the baby ones, if it's running right into or very close to your seam allowances, trim it shorter, okay? Because it's really you're gonna have a hard time if this thing jabs out. You might even hurt the baby. So you know, I just want to say you might have to do some adjustments because that one is such a small thing. Okay, but we're gonna be putting everything in. Okay, so here you have. I'm gonna sew the collar stay. So do it on the other side as well. Okay, make sure it's on the same side. Okay, so yeah, okay. So this one is we're sewing it inside the garment. Some places you can, there's a little pocket underneath. Those are classy shirts, you know. Yeah. I was looking at one of those Neiman Marcus